throat, white coke, how you live with that smoke, hop in, jogging, I'm just kidding, I'm broke, sit a lot, I've been waiting for the day I don't get my pay, check will make me happy instead of me getting laid, never done in the middle with a gun, put a hole in his chest, put a torso don't fall right, in the sun, but until the desert does, we don't have no fun, till we chillin' at my graveside, I'll be wishing I'm dead, I'll be missing my friends, get me out of my head, all the letters I sent, I'll be wishing I'm dead, I'll be wishing I'm dead, I'll be missing my friends, get me out of my head, all the letters I sent, I'll be wishing I'm dead.
We are live.
We are live. Hanging in there, Dan?
We'll get through this. So, oh, what a day! Sorry, folks. I'm battling an ear infection, but I have to do it today because the NFL draft's next few days. So it's today or never.
Never fight against the NFL if you can.
No, I'm gonna go make some bets on where the draft order is going to be at the casino, in a totally responsible way. But you can bet everything if there's going to be trades, like the draft order. You can bet all of it. So I'm just hoping my Giants get somebody. I don't want to say because I'll jinx it, but
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But nothing happened this week, right?
No, not at all. It's been boring this entire year to date.
You know, what I figured was going to happen. I'm just waiting for a little bit while people come in, maybe. But when he did the blanket tariffs, I kind of thought in the back of my head, I'm like, he loves to create chaos, and then he loves people having to come to him. Like, this is like the art of the deal. It's like what Trump loves. So he puts these tariffs out there, and now you've got all these people scrambling around him, right? He's just sitting in the middle of this circus, and he loves it. And now we're seeing the little deals in the back end, and that's what he wanted to do. He wants to cut deals with anybody. So he wants to be the deal maker. So he's got blanket tariffs. He's going to carve out, Apple's going to carve out something, automotive companies, I'm sure. It's just all these back wheel, you're like seeing the greasy wheels of government more up front. Like he's just making it more transparent to some degree than you normally is. But, instead of, carve outs for tariffs, right? Well, normally in the past, you'd see like carve outs for tax credits. So companies have always been doing this shit. I think it's really slimy way to do this, to cut breaks for some people that bend the knee and not the others. And it's not even, to me, it's like, this is a congressional power. That's what I don't like about this. It said very specifically in the Constitution that Congress has the authority on commerce, right?
Yep.
This power was not given to the president. I think there was a reason. And if we're gonna say that we follow the Constitution, observance of it, we should say that it's not okay that Trump is doing this, because no one man should be doing these tariff policies. It's not what they intended. So, but I mean, Congress screwed up. They gave this power away in the 70s. So they got to decide if they want to claw it back or not. Bunch of cowards. So, like I said, I think the Supreme Court will step in at some point, because there's already lawsuits being baked in right now. Businesses are suing. It'll take some time. It'll get to the Supreme Court. It'll be interesting to see what happens at that point. But his whole argument that these are emergency powers, I just don't buy it. So, what a year.
Oh, yeah.
Who's here? Let's see. Jim's always the first one to tag. Shout out Dan. Northrop Grumman. Oh man, Northrop Grumman in one day wiped out like all my gains of the last like 2-ish years. You want to be a real investor, huh? 2 years of freaking investing gains on Northrop wiped out in like one day. So they're having terrible problems with the B-21. So
Yeah.
The program, what really would scare me is if the priorities in the DoD budget did not prioritize the B-21 specifically, like they have every year as part of the nuclear deterrence. If they're not a priority in there, I would get nervous. I'm not particularly nervous. I don't know. I love the company, so
Yeah.
I still think they might get the Navy contract to replace the F-18.
Yeah. And on the question, will Lockheed follow? They've already gotten beaten up so much.
Yeah,
And I came in
Lockheed's
relatively
already.
late.
It went from like
Yeah.
600 to 400. It got beat
So
up.
yeah, like those players could still, be beaten up, but like I wouldn't fault anyone if they, were at least interested. Uh, but we'll
I
see.
mean, Lockheed will be fine, even though they lost the
Yeah.
fighter. It's
Mhm.
not the only fighter contract.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of the smaller ones.
Mhm.
So and they already have plans about enhancing, like making enhanced F-35s. But I mean, Trump's not doing no, Lockheed ain't getting any favors from Trump because all the European partners now are like, do we really want to have F-35s now?
Yeah, we haven't gotten the favor of a simple budget, Dan.
I
The
know.
damn budget.
I saw Portugal might pull their F-35 orders now.
Mhm.
I think most European Union countries should buy Gripens. This is my opinion. Like most European countries, they're only concerned with they're not expeditionary
Yeah.
militaries. There's only how many countries in the world are like a true expeditionary like military, like
Mhm.
designed to go somewhere else to fight. You're really talking about like the United States, Canada, and Britain, maybe France.
Yeah,
Everybody else, it's a military to defend your homeland.
yeah,
So
because the logistics network.
yeah, they don't have the logistics network. They don't have bases all around the world like we
Yeah,
do. They don't have carrier platforms. But
yeah.
to
That's sort
me,
of a
like
pain in the
I don't
ass.
understand why most of them don't buy the maybe Sweden and Saab, it's they can't produce enough. But this plane was specifically made by the Swedes to fight MiGs.
Mhm.
It's one purpose was to fight MiGs. So if your concern is Russia, like this plane's half the price, I think, of an F-35. I believe last I looked, it's like half the price. It's a very high performing, jet, fourth gen, I guess. But um, what are you gonna do? I mean, we're kind of screwing that up. So,
Yep.
but Lockheed will figure out. They'll have a future. Walmart basically told Trump, get ready for empty store shelves, high prices in weeks if China tariffs stay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's meeting all these business leaders. Oh, I don't know if he made the right move, but he showed his hand right up front, and he's giving them time now, the 90 days to adapt to the tariffs. Um, no deals, right? No deals have been done. I think he's moving the goalpost. I don't think it's merely trade negotiation. I think he wants more stuff out of these deals so he can prove that he won.
Mhm.
So I don't know. We're all waiting to see what an actual deal means. 2 ads during live stream already. Really?
Yeah. Apparently, YouTube has been aggressive on the ads for live streams.
I don't even it's set on whatever the default is for YouTube. I don't
Yeah,
even know what it is.
I'm a
I'm
premium.
premiums.
Yeah, so I completely bypass all of that.
All right, we can move on now.
Mhm.
But so Tesla.
Tesla.
I don't want to do too much on this. What I found funny about this photo that came out recently,
Mhm.
so they're going to build, I think they said their goal, he's rambled about some goal of 1 million Optimus within a few years, like being produced. So I'm looking at this photo, and I'm like, they're hand making these Optimus. I'm like, they're not even in some sort of assembly process. These are being handmade, these robots. Like,
Yeah.
I find it fun. So you're going to go from this in a matter of a few years, you're going to go from this to a full factory production of like 1 million. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like
Doesn't
they're still in prototype mode is what I'm looking. What this is looks like a prototype still. So,
yeah, because like I forget the verbiage of it, but when it comes to manufacturing techniques, one of them was like a hybrid of like imagine these people attached to to an assembly line of some sort, but the assembly line has like some slack, and your individual person with robotics or what have you can do what they need to do, and the assembly line still has some slack to allow for that. Like Harley Davidson does this, but
mhm.
like, this is not that, obviously. This is purely by hand, and is
He's gonna tell people that robots will build themselves. He'll just randomly say that in some call. He'll ramble through his in the transcripts. We'll read that, and we're like, "What? You haven't even started building these goddamn things."
Yeah, this
And
one.
they're not have. There's no customers. It's all they're just gonna put them on their own floors to showcase them. And the thing, like, I mean, I keep saying this, but it's like the hurdles here is like you first of all, like, you have to be convinced that this is the humanoid robots are coming, right? Which is we could be questionable whether that's anytime soon, because you're taking really expensive robots to replace some of the cheapest labor jobs in America. Like the jobs they talk about these robots being able to replace, it's like it's not they're not high paying jobs like flipping burgers, moving a box in a warehouse. Like the people that do these jobs are not that expensive, like on the scheme of things. So it's just like you're replacing like a minimum wage type high school worker. Now you have to have like engineers build, design, fix robots. This model has not been proven. Like we don't know. So
like the existing robotics that already are out there, like the stereotypical Amazon thing on the floor moving around.
Yeah.
And
that's the other point I always say, like, why does the robot have to look like a human?
It doesn't.
We have robots in factories. They don't, there's no reason for them to have legs. Legs are inefficient, especially when you're on a concrete floor. Why would you not have wheels? So we have robots that produce things. And I know we've harped on Toyota and BMW already have BMW, and I think Audi already have robots in their factories.
Yeah.
They move boxes too. So the key, I think, is the software. The AI, the software to program these things is what is going to be the difference maker. So, and I don't think Tesla is going to win this. I think Nvidia's has a better chance of winning that race because they're focused just on the software, and then they can find their partnerships to make the robots. They can partner with Toyota or Hyundai, some of the Chinese companies. There's lots of options. They can stay focused on the programming. So, but hey, we can get in the numbers and then we'll run through it. Just like, I mean, we're not going to convince you if you love this company. I can't convince you of anything.
Oh, these are past numbers. These are backward looking.
It's a car. Okay, let's not even call it a car company. It's a company that tries to make things and sell them for profits, right? Yeah. They hope to sell more of those things every quarter, and they hope to be more profitable selling them. And we're just like, everything is just year on year disaster. Like auto revenues down, energy's still going up, but there's issues with the energy. If the tariffs stay in place, they're not going to do so well with this energy generation because they're going to be paying tariffs on batteries from China. So this number is probably going to go down. Services, now they have warranty costs that are supposed to be going up because their fleet is aging. So I've heard some stories, there's some potential lawsuits that they are fixing the odometers to go faster than actually how far the car drives so that they get past the warranty mileage. We'll see. Those lawsuits are out there. So, and I know they've already had questionable warranty issues. So those are costs. Their fleets are getting older. And then it's just like it's not even growth now. It's not even flat. It's shrinking. Like the company's contracting. But this is just wild. Income from operations down terribly.
The one that I want is eventually page 17 of this deck.
Okay, let's look at production. Yeah, production's down. They're Model 3 and Y. Yeah, they're making way less than they used to. Deliveries down. Okay, say 17.
Yep. I thought page 17 was golden. Because if we're backwards looking with these numbers, what do we have to look forward to in the future? Right there. Nope, a little bit up. Right there.
What the fuck is that?
Coming soon. Tesla diners. That will really move the needle.
Really?
Like, riddle me this. Is this worth the R&D?
I mean, They have cultists that want stuff, right? They have was it tequilas, and they make all flamethrowers. I don't know. Is this a worthwhile endeavor for them? Maybe they're cashing in on the cultists,
To me, I found this one baffling. I like show me something cooler when it comes to robots or robo taxis. Maybe I'll believe that one. But diners, really? That's what you're gonna bother putting into your investment deck?
So what I find funny is like Cybertruck is a disaster.
Yeah.
They've had recall after recall after recall. So we've shown people have shown online the glue is failing.
Hmm.
So it's kind of what I suspected. What is a Cybertruck? It's not a steel vehicle. No, it is an aluminum cast vehicle that has stainless steel glued onto it. It's pretty much what it is. And if it breaks, like the trailer hitches break, you can't fix that. It's a single piece of aluminum cast. If it breaks, you'll never repair it. And then apparently the glue is failing, not even like a year or two after people buy them. All these pieces of it are fucking glued on. There's no mechanical fasteners. So now they have to figure out the glue. The pedal fell off, so they had to put rivets in it. And I think it's so awesome because we've said nobody in the car business would have made a Cybertruck. It would have been just one of those prototype vehicles that you make just to show you can make it, but you only make a few thousand. But this is a production vehicle. They were supposed to sell like 250,000 of them. And it's still like in prototype phase. It's funny as hell. I think I had, I didn't save it. The failing glue on the Teslas. It's just hilarious. Like the front ends are coming off them. So we got that. Any other highlights from their presentation?
None that I could really spot out. Like outside, like it's all obvious. Financials horrible.
Cash.
If you can't like outcompete these comps, then what are you doing?
Oh, the other thing too, they get a lot of money from credits.
Mm-hmm.
They get revenue from energy credits from other companies because there's like carbon credits, right? And they don't use they're not building any cars with engines, so they can sell these extra credits they have to the big manufacturers. Oh, is that going to last through Trump? I think he wants to kill all the green energy policies. And then also, apparently they had gains on Bitcoin last quarter, and they counted it as income. Then this quarter they had losses on Bitcoin. They reconfigured. Somebody wrote up. They reconfigured their reporting to not show that as a loss. So lovely, a car company, messing around with their financials, but just
To see it.
look at this shit, man. It's just I don't know. They're gonna say you don't understand. It's gonna sell a million Optimus.
These diners will really turn the ship around, Dan.
I just like it, it's so risky. These people, like, it's so risky. There is no market for full self-driving cars, robo taxis. There's no market for this, right? Even Google's Waymo is just in a few cities here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it couldn't stand alone on its own. So it's unproven. The humanoid's unproven. So you get all these unproven speculative type investments, and then you have a mature car company, Rapper. It's a mature car company now. And it has a lot of costs related to building cars that you're going to have to maintain those costs while you're trying to do this other stuff. And oh, by the way, people, you're not getting anything from his Grok endeavors, his AI pursuits. You're not getting any ownership stake of that. It's XAI. So Tesla owners get no AI. You get nothing from Twitter, the Grok developments. You get no ownership of that. So you've got this car company and you've got SpaceX. I don't get it. And it's lagged. It's lagged like the S&P 500 since became part of the S&P 500. Mm-hmm. It's terribly underperformed it. So they but they want to talk about that little bump that we just went through for the elections. It's like, fine. Where is it charting? Peers. That's interesting that they put Ferrari as a peer. That's kind of, I would not say that, but, and that, like, man, we can't stress enough, like, the damage Elon has done to the brand cannot be understated. I mean, you can have customers decide, customers have changes in taste. They can buy a different vehicle because it looks nice, and then they can go back. So, people maybe, you float around different brands and you just buy what's on you get the best deal, or you like a certain model. But like, he's actually damaged people's opinions because of his political takes. Most Teslas are owned by people in California, and it's a prominently Democratic state, and his actions of going totally to the right. I mean, he's disenfranchised his historic customers in America, and we know, like, I've seen other, like, the Compound has covered this in surveys. Like, Republicans support Elon, but they don't buy the vehicles when they ask those separate questions. Like, they could say they support Elon and what he's doing, but then at the same time, they don't want to buy an EV. But they might have a favorable opinion of Tesla right now because of Elon. And it's not going to translate to car sales, which it's not. Like, we can see now, it literally is destroying the company. And then there's surveys coming out last few weeks. The majority of Americans, I mean, this is pretty crazy. Over 50% of Americans would not even consider buying a Tesla. Like, put me in that camp. I don't care what deals. I don't care about the credits. No, there's nothing you could give me to buy a Tesla. If you gave me one for free, I'd go sell it. So here we are. This is what he's done to the company. And what annoyed me was, like, while he was going crazy with Doge, calling sitting senators traitors, that pissed me off when he called Mark Kelly a traitor. That's ridiculous. Dude's a war vet. He's a hero. Like, you can have different opinions on politics. You don't call people traitors. But like, he's just going around just making a fool of himself. While he was doing that, no one on the board said anything, but they were all selling their shares. We saw that. So they were speaking with their money, because all you can go look, people. The Tesla chairman and board members were selling shares like crazy while he was going ramping around, firing people all over the government, making a fool of himself. So they spoke with their different way. Same survey. This was telling us, the average owner is a more affluent person in America, right? Owning a house, higher income are people that own Teslas. This does not jive with the MAGA base at all. If you look at who a typical MAGA person is, a typical Tesla owner, there's no, like, meshing there of people beyond just saying Democratic, Republican, just the income levels and just the type of people. So that's bad. He's, like, totally just destroying his base. Yeah. All Americans know about Tesla. Overwhelming majority wouldn't buy one. I mean, look at this. Aware of the brand. Cool. 9% would consider purchasing a Tesla. Jesus. It's just stunning. What else we got? Germany. You want to talk about where he really did damage? It was Germany. He totally. I think they took. I don't want to speak for Germans, but I think Europeans in general are not happy with just Trump in general, and then Elon has attached his brand to Trump. So, and then it didn't help him when he did that little salute that he wasn't apologetic for. So, I mean, they're even worse than America. 94% said they'd never buy a Musk EV. Holy, like, he's just destroying the brand, and we're seeing it now. But magically, robots will just save this company. FSD, apparently they're going to roll out. That's him saying he was going to go back to Tesla, combined with, I think, the comments about FSD prototyping rollout, kind of why it pumped on earnings. Freaking crazy. But Yeah, so here in the transcripts, I can't listen to Elon talk. It's like ketamine dribble. I can't, that man. So what did he say here? Yeah, first of all, autonomy. The team and I are laser focused. Laser focused. Bring robotaxis to Austin in June. Unsupervised autonomy will be solved for the Model Y in Austin, and then should parse out robotaxis. Okay. Blah blah blah. I mean, I've said this, like, you still, in every place in America, you have to have someone in the driver's seat. I mean, they could prototype in certain cities like what Waymo's doing, but you're not getting states to adopt this. Not anytime soon. So having like a city agree to pilot that is different than a state allowing it. So right now you still have to have a driver in the front seat. And we know from what happened to Cruise, you have one bad incident. The public has no taste for this, like for something going wrong. It's one thing if a person hits somebody else. It's another thing if a driverless car does it. The public won't stand for this. When Cruise had it happen, remember when some kid got dragged, or it was a woman or a kid got dragged by a Cruise? They shut the whole thing down. So you have one incident, it's over. They're going to shut this whole thing down. Well, it's Texas though. Who knows? Maybe they cut them a break. But yeah, the public is not willing to have robot cars like do damage to people, or what else? They get stuck in intersections, which can block ambulances. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. Fun. And this, I saved this from Joseph Carlson. So this was a ARC presentation to try and show why cybercabs are Tesla's so awesome. But they inadvertently showed that Waymo is actually getting much cheaper in the chart. So here's Waymo 5th gen costs, right, per mile. Now look at the 6th generation. Significant drop in costs because Google is on this, like, the 6th generation of their technology, while there's technically, we're on whatever you want to call Tesla. There is no, is this even the 1st generation? Because they haven't even launched it yet. So Waymo is way ahead. Waymo's doing the way I would have done it, right? You map out a city. They have set driving areas. They've mapped them out. And they've taken their time expanding to cities as they can. And I think they're doing it smart. And the technology that they use is getting cheaper and cheaper. The LiDAR sensors. You're going to want those safety features. Like, good luck bringing Tesla FSD to the north, like to your part and my part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
There's fog. There's snow. You get really nasty rainstorms. Good luck. I don't want a car driving with camera. There's times I can barely see when I'm driving. And I've pulled over a few times. So you don't think people won't still use FSD thinking it's some magic? But it's just, and then they're like, well, you drive with your eyes, so can FSD. It's like, no. I drive with my brain, right?
Oh yeah.
Not my eyes. So we'll see what he's cooking up. Let's see. Oh, we got. Do y'all think it's weird rumors about him merging Tesla and XII are real? It seems absurd. There's no way he was going to merge them because he owns XAI. He's not going to merge them. I don't see why he would. I bet you he's using Tesla engineers too to work at XAI, and then he's probably charging Tesla, or the reverse. I guarantee you he pulls shenanigans like that with his workers when you're supposed to charge the company they're benefiting. Also, these polls are funny. If you live in California, 80% of the cars in the road are Teslas. Crazy how different is the rest of the country. Yeah, the vast majority of Teslas are in California. So it's not like a lot. The huge majority of them are in that part of the country. Feds, pre-alphas, like 6. And the federal government is not in charge of the. Like, Trump can only help Elon in this matter so much because it's state run. Departments of Motor Vehicles is a state power. He's got to prove to the states that this is safe. This is going to take years. Even if you believe it's going to happen, these people that keep saying it's like a year or two away, I'm like, we're years away from this being an actual, beyond just like a cute prototype gimmicky thing, something that actually produces real cash flow. You're a long ways off. And there's going to be setbacks. I am sure of it. So there's anything else we want to say? I'm ready to
Yeah,
be done with Tesla.
for me, I'll throw the Tesla cultist one singular bone. It's a hard space. Like a lot of the shitco SPACs have already died for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, congratulations, you picked the least crappiest of them. It's just, like, I'm sorry, I don't think diners are gonna fix this. And
I mean, the Model Y is the most popular car in the world, I think, right? Or best selling. So
yeah,
good for them.
So
Um,
like, it's
I just don't buy I don't buy the robo taxi concept and just the whole idea of it.
yeah. So it's
Why is it 2 seats? That's ridiculous. Why is it 2 seats? You could have made it a 4-seat vehicle, right? It's absurd. And then it doesn't have a rear view mirror, or it doesn't have a rear view window. Like, certain states have safety regulations that probably require rear windows. They're going to have to figure out how to get around that. Every state's different. I can pull up a list of required features in cars in New York. It's I did pull it up yesterday. It's 3 pages long of things your car has to have to be on the road in New York. So they're going to have to navigate that in every state. But I mean, they'll get Texas. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to do a lot of the prototyping in Texas. I'm pretty sure. And then maybe California. But you got a long what a long, like, it's just, this is going to be years of slugging it out. Like, this is going to be brutal. And if it does get to the point where the robots are actually super profitable, other companies are going to swoop in, just like with Tesla, because you have so much competition now they didn't have 5 years ago. Like, Hyundai makes a really good EV. BYD is making great cars at very affordable prices, undercutting them in a lot of places in the world. Not a good place to be. This isn't even that great of it's lagged since it joined the S&P. It hasn't produced the same return. Actually, I looked it up. Nobody's going to believe me. I'm not going to show it. People can go look it up. Ford, General Motors, and Toyota have produced better returns since December of 2020, which is when they joined the S&P 500. So all the other boomer car companies would have given you better results if you bought them on that day.
including dividends, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we do Bill Ackman.
Attack.
There's not a ton to say about this. Okay.
Just what is he doing?
Yeah, I love Bill now. Ever since he got so feisty about tariffs, he got so angry. But I love this headline. So Daily Mail, this is such a fucking weird hedge fund guru dubbed the new Warren Buffett. I've never heard someone call him that. Have you ever? I've never heard someone call him the new Warren Buffett. Buys a stake in Troubled. Okay. U.S. company, blah, blah, blah. Shares soared. So we know that. Shares went up. He was buying them. He asked for permission not to say that he was buying it like what Warren Buffett does. So they gave it to him. Oh, look at it go up. So what I suspected when I saw this, I'm like, why would he buy this? And then I'd seen inklings that used car prices were going to go up. I mean, it makes sense. If we're going to have tariffs, new cars are going to be more expensive. So if new cars are more expensive, then used cars are going to follow suit. So my thought was he's buying this as a arbitrage on used car prices. Or maybe we'll find out later on, since he also has Uber, which isn't on his 13F yet until the next one. Maybe there's going to be some partnership between Uber and Hertz that he's aware of by being an Uber shareholder. So that could be coming too. But I did see someone post, so they have 500-ish thousand vehicles. Pull it up. This is the quarter revenues. No. Yeah, it was 500,000, give or take. Oh, these are just the numbers. I'm gonna bore people to death here, aren't I? Maybe it was a presentation. So they had give or take, like, yeah, I know they did. So they have 500,000-ish vehicles. So if used car prices can go up, say 5-10%, looking at their market cap, I think thinks there's an arbitrage, because do the math, people. Say 500,000 cars go up 5% in value. The company right now is trading at about 2.6 billion market cap. There's something there, maybe. If we don't go into huge recession. But it's kind of a weird play, though, on that theme, because it's also a play on travel. So if like we go into a recession of some type and travel, and we already know I've seen other people talk about Disney, and I've some of the research that the travel, like Disney travel, is going to be terrible this year. Like, it's going to be so reduced. A lot of Europeans are not going to come to America. So that's going to affect travel in general. Some of the airlines have talked about reducing their flights this summer. So that's going to affect Hertz. So you're also playing travel, even though you're trying to have all this used car arbitrage, maybe. But what do you think he's doing? Do you think he's just trying to, or is he trying to pivot and make the whole company work out? I guess maybe because they came out of bankruptcy.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's either used vehicle inventory arbitrage, or maybe somehow something with Uber. But yeah, like if you were to go activist and somehow turn this thing around, I just don't cleanly see it.
Yeah, it's like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, do you really? I don't really think this is a long-term activist play by him, and I don't trust what he says. I don't care what he says. He can say whatever he wants. I don't think this is a long-term. I think he's playing some angle with car sales. So because they have a huge fleet of cars already in place. So we will see.
Oh, there it is, 560K.
Where was it? There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think it's like $200-ish million, I think, was the value of the fleet. Wait, I can go to the balance sheet. Hold on. Let me go to the balance sheets.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy's selling Tesla. We didn't even mention that.
Yeah. Crazy, wacky world we live in.
Where the hell did the balance sheet go? Okay. Average vehicles, whole units. Oh, that's not counting international. Total revenue. Okay, I need assets. Where's the damn assets? Sense revenue. Assets. Okay.
Yay.
Here.
Yep.
Okay. So 560,000 vehicles, give or take $260 million value. That doesn't include accounts payable. Maybe this. I'd have to look again. So if that is accounts payable vehicle, so okay, 110. I don't know if there's really a used car arbitrage here. And these cars get beat up. They don't get even if they with the same mileage and year, I don't think they sell for the same price as a equivalent at an auction.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There might be that. Maybe the Uber angle is what he's heading towards. Maybe they merge, or some sort of deal where Uber works with Hertz directly. But I don't know. I don't know if why would Uber do this? Is kind of what my thought would be.
Yeah. Your business model's already strong enough, you know.
I don't see why Hertz would. Yeah. Does this make? Yeah.
Like, unless you wanted to be like not just the Uber, but the metaphorical like Airbnb of car rentals rather than house rentals, then
He called himself. Oh my god, that's so gross. If he called,
I don't know if he did, but yeah, if he did, then that is
that's
pretty darn
gross.
cringe. Yeah,
fucking cringe as hell.
Yeah.
If autos get tariffs, so will construction equipment. You could probably get a better buy on UIR, and it's less like impacted by recession. Yeah,
Probably.
very
Almost.
true.
Yeah.
UIR is better management. Uber drivers already rent from Hertz. I don't think Hertz is even out. Remember when they bought all those Teslas, and there was the big story during
Yep.
lockdown,
Yep.
and then they found out, first thing, people don't want to rent EVs, because if you rent an EV, then you also have to figure out where to charge it. You've never charged it before. You have to get an account, and you don't want to get an account. You just want to go to a damn gas station, right? You're on vacation, and then maybe you were going to drive that rental car to your location 250 miles away, but it doesn't reach. Now you're in the middle of the night charging it. I've seen some of these horror stories. So objectively, it was a failure to rent them. So they were trying to get rid of. I don't think they fully have exited all those Teslas yet either. I think they're still liquidating some of that mistake. So, shocker. So we're done with that.
Yep.
Here's some stats though. Used car value index. So I will show. Oh, it won't blow up. So like, the last like month and a half, used car prices are going up a little bit. Now it's not a big difference. So this is used car inventories. So you can see, I know it's hard to see. There's that line.
Yep. Light blue.
It's going down. So available supply of used car inventories is going down right now. You can see it is pretty low, actually. Days of supply, you can see that's also trending down. So there is something to possibly this used car price arbitrage. Numbers are trending that way, which shouldn't surprise anyone. Number one, it's tax season, baby. People got their tax returns, and they probably all rushed out to buy cars, plus tax returns combined with the tariff scare. I'm not totally. This could easily reverse, though, the rest of the year. This idea that used car values are going up and inventories and supply are down. So I don't love this.
Same.
Well, Bill be Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least on the topic of Bill, last live stream I mistakenly said that he went activist on Macy's. It was actually J.C. Penney, but conceptually still same story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know which one. I don't really know a lot about Bill Ackman.
Yeah, it's fine. He's quite a character.
Boeing. Apparently more people are into this than I thought.
What, Boeing?
So I hated Boeing for a long time, right? And I was like, I'm waiting for a pivot of some sort. So last year we started to see a pivot. They hired what looked like a competent CEO. He had a background in this industry, so that was good. He had a background in industrials, and then we had the union agreement got done, which was a slog for them. They went through. They survived the blowouts of the door, right? Engines catching on fire. I mean, it couldn't have been worse. They were still suffering from. They have this debt pile from lockdown. They weren't able to make planes during the pandemic, so they just shut down. So their production quality issues came like right after, basically when they couldn't even make planes because no one could travel because of friggin' pandemic. But here we are today, and it's like it got down to like 150 during the union strike. It got down to like 150s, 140s, and as soon as the union deal was done, I bought some of it because I'm like, that to me was, I think, the start of the turnaround. And then we still needed more information, right? Like I had a feeling he was the right CEO, but I had to assess as I went because we were trying to find proof as you know, what's the proof of the CEO's turnaround working? No, you can find positive things being said about him in like certain subreddits. You can see that he was actually going on production tours on different facilities, which, you know, you don't assume these guys do that. And you know, no big disasters, right? Quality seems to be improving. The federal government inspectors have gone on television a few times now, said positive things about the company. Take that for what you want. It's pretty low end DD, but it is still something. So far it seems going well. And then the surprise was the F-40-47 contract, which that's a big deal. That's a big increase in revenue for their military department,
Oh yeah.
their military wing.
Mhm.
So that's and now people thought that came out of the blue, but Boeing is a world-class military department, contractor.
Oh yeah.
I'm not that surprised.
Mhm.
They have a history of making they make a lot of the helicopters
Mhm.
used by the military already.
Yeah.
They have
And
a very established aviation wing.
just because of the frame, like, may not necessarily be Boeing itself or Lockheed or whomever. Like,
Yeah,
it's not unknown that, like, you will see a Boeing component or a Northrop Grumman component or something. Like,
and they work in cooperation, a lot of them
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, when you see one of these big Defense Department
Mhm.
contracts, they'll throw a bone to, like, all the big players. So, like, Boeing, Northrop, and Lockheed get a lot
Yeah.
of they kind of spread out some of these deals, and then, RTX gets also some of the engine deals.
Mhm.
So they try and help with all of them. So I mean, that was good. I'm glad they got that
Oh yeah, yeah.
contract. So that
Definitely
was a big
matters.
positive.
Yeah,
It
moves the
could
needle.
lead to a lot. Right now it's like
Mhm.
$1 billion, I think. But it can lead to, like, I think it said 20 or $30 billion contract for the 40 F-47 6th gen. So we had pretty damn impressive earnings, I have to say. Like, they're pivoting, right? So the cash burn is lessening. Losses are going down. Look at this, operating margins positive.
Mhm.
So like there was like inklings from that the CEO was doing a good job, right? This is now like the first hard data. So that's, so we're getting more signs that this is turning around. Revenue's up, right?
Mhm.
Margins are looking better. They're producing planes at a better, rate than they have in the last, like, I think, year and a half or two. So we're looking good. They have the union contract in place, so that doesn't have to get renegotiated for a while. Um, what else do I want to say? Debt. They're not really in debt paying mode, which uh, I'm fine with that, actually. I don't think they should be paying this down right now. Priority is building quality planes and increasing production of said quality planes. That's it. I don't care about anything else. I want them to build quality, safe planes. More planes, better. I think harping on margins and debt is not the biggest. It's not the biggest concern right now. And I've said about a little bit before. So okay, there's that. You still have, like, look at this, backlog grew. This is basically the biggest reason to even be interested in this company.
Mhm.
Everyone says they want moats. This is the moat of moats. Like this, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a better moat in the world. It's an oligarchy. It's two companies. That's
Yep.
it. It's two companies that make all the planes in the world. There's some smaller players that make regional planes,
Mhm.
but the big boy planes, two people. So there's no replacement. And we've already said many times, Airbus does not want to expand.
Yeah.
If Airbus was an American company, different story.
Yes.
They're not expanding to fill in this void. They're
Mhm.
not. So this backlog keeps growing and people can't go anywhere else. There's nowhere else. Rumors of a Chinese company starting to make planes. We'll see. That could fill in some of the void in the international scene, maybe. So backlogs increasing. Some companies you don't want it to be so great. The backlog growing past a certain point is kind of concerning for, like, an HVAC company.
Mhm.
Um, it's nice to see a backlog, but this would be crazy. But in this case, it's like it's good to see. So this is kind of showing, hey, we've got a lot of planes we could build. We are doing a good job building 38 per month, which is what they can build right now. And then here's CEO comments. Our company's moving in the right direction, improved operational performance across our businesses, focuses on safety and quality. That's where the focus should be. I don't want to hear anything about if I don't want to hear any statements that the focus is profitability. None of
Mhm.
that nonsense. Giving, share buyback, like that's if they mention anything like that, that's crazy. This company, it's about making quality planes and getting them in the air. Hopefully, no more doors blow off. So, operating cash flows, we're trending better. So we like this. I like this. So I guess I could tell people I bought like 150 and then I sold it at like 170. I don't even remember. I got scared of something I read. And then it went up to like 180, but then it came back. So then I started buying it again, like 165-ish, 170. So I'll say like I didn't get it at like 130, 40 during the tariff. I bought like a tiny bit more. But some people, Andrew bought it, I will say. Andrew did buy the dip on the tariffs. I thought that was a great opportunity to buy it. I didn't particularly want to buy anymore at this point, but yeah, everything, the defense spending is going up there. I think what's going to happen, I've said this, Fabio. It's like, what do you think of this? Everything's trending the right way, which, tomorrow door blows off and it's all over. But I think at some point this year, they're going to get the okay to make more planes, either more planes or the cap gets completely pulled. And then Trump is going to go to Boeing. He's going to do a giant speech talking about how great Boeing is and how great it is to see American companies back, right? He's going to make a big deal about it, and the stock's going to pop. It's going to happen this year, I think. Maybe I sell it at that pop. I don't know. I'd have to see what happens. But we're trending positively. So here's a company that is turning it around, unlike Tesla, who's just falling down the shithole. So, yeah, they'll be like, oh, what a boomer company. I'm like, yeah.
Got the price.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But now, okay, the debt. We'll talk about the debt. Oh, okay, this was the other point.
Mhm.
So they haven't finished the Spiro Aerosystems merger yet. But when they do, they've already said that the head engineer is going to be the person in charge of this site. So the head engineer there. People shouldn't take that for granted. A lot of times the guy that is the head engineer, technical, advisors, they don't run these things. It's usually it could be some business goon, right? Lobbyist guy that's there for other purposes other than making, safe quality products. So positive sign where they say that they're focused on safety and quality. They're showing that they are actually doing that. So we got F-47 program, which it's kind of hard to say what this is even going to be. Some sort of fighter with drones, I guess, is how they're imagining 6th Gen will be like. You'll have the pilot, and then he'll have like a swarm of drones, I guess, around him. More advanced capabilities, more stealth. All right. Okay. So here's the debt. Everyone's so scared of the debt. What was the other company that? Oh yeah, Ford. When I bought Ford, everyone was shitting their pants on the amount of the debt. I'm like, okay, industrials require some nuance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially ones that have leasing. But here you can, look at this. Look at the debt deals they got. Because if you remember, a lot of this debt came from the pandemic because they were shut down. So 32, so they have nothing until 2032. It's they're only paying 2.5%, 2030, and then so they only have, of the 53 billion, like 11 of it comes up for payment within the next like decade. And then look at the next ones: 2059, 59, 60, 64. Look at these deals. So there's no pending debt crisis here. And these are pretty good terms. This one they might want to refinance. If rates go down, I'd imagine they might refinance this one.
Yeah.
So this one's not terrible.
No. None of them are like completely horrendous.
But industrials carry debt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They just by the way they operate.
Nature of the beast. Like we're talking really capex intensive, lots of land, lots of machine, people, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No way around it.
But my prediction, so I bought it at 150. I was thinking it would be like if everything happened the way I was thinking, production goes up, no safety. I thought it'd get back into the mid 200s at some point. So fair return. I don't know. If people want to buy now, it's up to you. I don't have an opinion about it right now to buy more. But you just rode the Huntington ride with me.
That being said, though, like I know Boeing popped recently.
Yes.
But like I'm not necessarily opposed to it because I'm not saying it's gonna double from here. But like even Huntington Ingalls at our cost bases, I didn't think it was going to be a clean double. And risk adjusted, you see some signs. I'm not opposed to necessarily buying Boeing.
Yeah, people go back and check our Huntington Ingle episode where we bought it at like 180s.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now? Guys, which boomer boring company? Yeah, so what's our return right now? Because I'm about a 180 cost basis.
It's one though where I don't want to pound my chest too much because I could see the
Do it.
management team being like, "Hey, this earnings call, we're going to."
In this
be horrible."
climate, friggin' 18% gain on this so far.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
take
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll take it also. for sure.
Department of the Boat. Motherfucker. And we talked about this before the State of the Union address
Yeah.
because it was pretty obvious that's where they wanted to go.
Mhm.
If we ever get a budget,
Would be nice.
I want to choke Pete. I shouldn't say that.
No.
But-
Oh.
Like, where's the budget, Pete? I don't care about the signal stuff. I want the damn budget. Where is the
Oh.
defense budget? This is not
Politely
okay.
yet firmly worded email.
I'm pissed off about it because this is like 2 months late now. Not okay. So I don't care about his excuse. It's his job to create that budget. So, anyways, don't want to rage.
Last topic.
I don't know if people. Okay, I forgot to pull the damn article.
Oh, darn.
Hold on.
But yeah, homes.com, one of the things under
I thought I
CoStar.
had these tabs pulled up. Where the hell did it go? Okay, I think this was it. Okay, I thought this was an interesting story last week.
Mhm.
Because I got sick of talking about Trump. So, okay, this is a story from last week. What do we got?
Yep. Thank you very much, British Warren Buffett.
Wait. Thank you. Oh, he's not a BTI warrior anymore. He sold it.
Oh, did he?
Unless he bought it back again. I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, British Warren Buffett.
Yep.
Wait, that's 99. Wait, that's not a pound. So 99 cents would be
99 pence.
Is it pet? Oh, I'm terrible. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's fine.
But okay, this story, I thought this was kind of interesting. I heard it on a podcast I was listening to while walking. So last week, Zillow announced a new rule. If a home is marketed publicly, it has to be listed on the MLS within 24 hours. If not, that listing will not appear on Zillow. So I think what was happening is certain real estate companies were just listing houses on their like boutique websites. Like some of the bigger regional or real estate companies weren't even bothering listing it nationally. So they were listing it just on their own website, but then they would also list it on Zillow. So for whatever reason, Zillow came out and Zillow's like, nope, you either list it for everyone to see it or we're not listing it. Because they were claiming it's like unfair business practice, but in real life, it was probably messing with their income. I have a feeling there's something related to how when they're MLS, they probably get paid. So this came out, pissed everyone off. So, and then afterwards, the homes.com CEO came out and he's like, whoa, time out. This is bullshit. He's like, we're not doing this. Anybody can list on our website at any time. We don't care. We don't have rules like this. So there's this spitting match right now between Zillow and homes.com about who sets the standard on what can and can't be listed. It's kind of interesting. So, I mean, we know like realtors, they already got sued 2 years ago about that 6% that they were like mandating the fees. So yeah, I guess it's open season on these websites. So little fight between two real estate companies. Who do you think's the winner?
No idea. I mean, we are talking about, CoStar Group and Zillow and heavy hitters in their space.
I love so he hit our homes.com, the CEO. This isn't about protecting customers, it's about protecting Zillow's ability to profit from your listing. So we're for the little guys, homes.com. Although I've never been on homes.com. So I have no idea what they show.
Yeah,
So basically, dispute over lead generation. So we will see.
I've used CoStar Group's other product, apartments.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's fine. Works as it's supposed to. Like,
Okay, let me see. I've never been on this website.
yeah, I
Homes.
haven't either.
I literally have never been. It's got the same formatting as Zillow. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why I've never gone on this one. So I should ask my real estate friends if they're pissed about that. Zillow hasn't said they're backing down.
Mm.
So even though there's a little back and forth, I didn't see anything Zillow says, yeah, we changed our minds. They're still going ahead. You either list it for everyone to see it or they won't post it. So, which I think is fair because like when times are like when houses are selling fast, I can see why they wouldn't want to post it because it costs money. So it does affect their business. Trying to protect their turf, basically. Not much else to that story.
Yeah, all good. Anything you want to promote that you got in the works in the near future?
Homestar Runner for Strong Bad from Strong. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I wonder if you mistyped
know.
that. I don't know. As far as investing wise, I'm still keeping my cash pile. I think I told somebody, they're like, well, you're going to jump. Well, yeah, the getting back in is the hard part. So I'm just protecting my pile. And I already switched my contributions back to going into the market last week. So I already hit my goal. So I'm still just dollar cost averaging, I guess, but I got money on the side. But I don't trust Trump. I don't trust anything Trump's doing. I don't think Trump has some grand design. I think maybe he thinks in his head that he has this master plan about how this is all going to work out with the tariffs. But I don't know. I think he's got like these broad strokes, but he never worked out the details. He's got like, we keep reading these stories of like, he's got random advisors and they all race to get to him first. So then they can talk to him and change his mind. And then they got to make sure he tweets about it so that they're the ones that cut the other fucking advisors off at the knees. Like, and then he's going to meet like CEOs to make little side deals to get around tariffs. I'm like, this is not a great place to be in America. Like this is not a great way to do business. So, and like anything we've looked, like, the Chinese have not come to the table. I don't think there's any indications that China has come to any sort of table on this stuff. And I think China could go. I said this, I'm trying to phrase this like China can go to a dark place to fight us on this. I keep hearing everyone say that China has no cards and China's defenseless and we have all the cards because we're the consumers. It's like, yeah, but they don't have elections. Like not I'm sure, well, they have an
Not
election,
the same. Yeah.
but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like it's a communist country. They can go to a very dark place if they want to fight us. And it's like, I mean, did anyone think Russia would stand up against all these friggin' trade embargoes and restrictions, right? Like people could argue Putin is destroying Russia right now. He doesn't care. And there's no pressure on him to care. So I think this could get nasty. I think they could go to a darker place than we could. So I don't know. It's just shit. I just hate this. But no one's going to stand up to him until midterms. That's all we know. He's got a year and a half. And then midterms, you would think are going to come out and they'll get blown out. I mean, if things stay like this, I don't know. He's going to get blown out in the midterms. So he doesn't even have 2 years because he needs to start thinking if this tariff stuff doesn't work out and it's still an issue going into 2026, like he needs a resolution of that before midterms because he knows, what could be coming. So Freaking mess. Good afternoon, Citizen of the Year. Our lovely We the Chimeras. He's happy for once. So MicroStrategy's up a little bit. Oh. The rest of the world's still ordering from China. USA is a large part of their market, but the rest of the world is sizable. Absolutely everything in the UK comes from China. Interesting. Do you think Democrats will find a better candidate like that Minnesota? Wait.
Waltz, was it? I don't know.
I mean, they have to. If Kamala needs to just go away. Kamala is terrible. I couldn't even vote for her. I voted for Trump. They didn't even put anybody that was serious on the ballot. I did not like how everything went down.
Yeah,
so
I
did not like how they just christened someone as the Democratic nominee. That's not okay.
Yeah, so. the state of two parties is not good.
I mean, I would really like to see a Gavin Newsom DeSantis election. I think that's a great dichotomy. It's two good options. I mean, we'll see. I know JD Vance will be in the mix, but I don't know. Nobody saw Obama coming until he came, so there's a candidate out there you don't even know about yet, I think.
Oh yeah.
I want AOC to friggin' take out Chuck Schumer. I'm telling you, I think she would. She might. I've kind of had enough of Schumer. He's my senator, but USA needs meat, Kevin. Oh God,
no.
Oh my God. No. Did you hear he I don't know if you heard he shut down PP, his crap ETF. Unbelievable. The fact that a guy that's in 2019 said he had no idea what stocks were at all, and then like 4 years later he starts his own ETF, like unbelievable. And it went exactly how we thought it would go. So in the toilet. Dan, love your streaming. Thoughts on PayPal, whether you think it's a value trap or opportunity. Appreciate any quick look analysis. I haven't looked at PayPal in a while.
Now, while I'm not up to date with PayPal, I do have some people I can lean on.
Better than me.
Yeah, like and
shit,
like
it's back to 60.
Yeah, there probably is some overlap. Like you might know some of the sources that I'd cite, and I don't think it's a zero. It's just that, like, you got to respect how competitive this space is that PayPal's operating in.
I just like there's no moat here. There's no moat at all. People just whatever payment processor is there, you just use it. So I know they tried to do the smart receipts. Gross or let me see revenue growth. It's just fucking. I mean, I don't think it's cheap. You're getting that's it. I mean, for a tech company, you're not even getting double-digit growth anymore.
No.
So your only hope right now would be like aggressive share buyback, probably. They have some decent free cash flow. Are they buying any shares back? I mean, not really. Kind of. Like I would be like, okay, I can tell you why I think Boeing is interesting. And we already talked about, like, I think they can produce more planes. Yeah. They're going to get out of this conundrum and they have the runway, good pun intended, but they have the runway to make mistakes and still recover because they don't have competitors. It's like, but PayPal is in the opposite. There's no moat. They have lots of competitors and they're just going to keep undercutting each other. And I find it hard to believe some customers like me give a shit who processes I don't care. Whichever button is there at the end, I'll just click it. So I've never really got into the whole PayPal. I mean, if it falls to a certain price, it's always interesting, I suppose. Or if they do a really aggressive share buyback. Mm-hmm. But I think they were trying to do some CapEx to try and come out with some new features, which would mean that they're still in trying to grow mode. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Like,
Is what I
is
say.
this really better than just buying the market? I don't know. Um, I mean, there's no growth here. It's just like up and down, up and down. Like, I'll tell you what, can you create a narrative why this is a good investment beyond just telling me like the PE ratio is low? Because if I don't see what the point is if you can't. I mean, they're not even getting margins kind of. I don't know. See, I have trouble with stuff like this.
It's something where I can see someone having a style idea on it. It's just also one where like I can respect that how challenging it is to really know your stuff in this space and who's doing what and how.
Are they got a 15 billion? Really? Well, there's a good start. Okay.
Oh, okay, so they upped their existing buyback
I mean,
program.
that's what they should be doing.
Mhm.
They're not growing. The business isn't really growing. I don't consider under single digits not
Yeah.
growth in this industry.
Mhm.
This is your best hope. Just aggressive share buyback. Hmm.
Yeah, it's there. It's still going to be there. I just don't consider it
I'm so
necessarily
annoyed I
urgent.
didn't get KLA. I'm so annoyed. It was
Oh,
yeah, so for people like during the last 2 weeks, the
mhm.
tariff wars, I don't know what we're calling this. I bought Arista,
Yep.
bought a shitload of Arista. When it got into the low 60s, I was like, oh my, that was like my dream price. So I bought like 200 something shares. And then Caterpillar dropped to, I tell everyone 12 trail when Caterpillar gets to a 12 PE trailing months.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's such an easy buy to me historically. Like you buy Caterpillar when it goes to when things like hit it, like economic problems hit it, right? So because they're always the ones that get affected if we're in a slowdown because they sell construction equipment. So, but then my next up on the board was this. I also bought Jackson Financial,
Mhm.
but yeah, I was looking at this and it was funny. I was eyeballing it and eyeballing. It was my third option, so I'm like figuring out what I want to sell to buy this, and then the day I was kind of getting ready, pooh, $100 freaking run. Like I missed it. But what's so funny, like, so when I bought this originally, like, where did I buy it? Somewhere around here. It was like I think it was 360, 380. It was at a PE of 17. So
Mhm.
with that tariff drop, it got back to a PE of 17, but it was still like $200 more a share,
Mhm.
which just shows you how well they've done, like the
Oh yeah.
growth of this business.
Yep.
Their earnings have done really well. And I just always like them because they benefit from any as long as semis are doing well, they do well. You don't have to pick a winner.
Mhm.
So they work with a lot of them. They had less exposure to China than Lamb Research, which that made a big difference to me too at the time. So I don't hate Lamb Research. I didn't want to own both. So, and I've never looked at applied materials. So I have no idea. I have no idea about them, but um, I honestly, like, man, I really love this company. Like a lot of what I see about them, their financials. I wish I went heavier. It's one of my favorite stocks I own from since lockdown. It's probably one of my this and Tractor Supply. I feel like are I don't know why. I just feel like they're me. They're my spirit animals. ASML. That it's freaking volatile as hell. I know, and I never really looked at it so in depth, but I know there's better people to talk about ASML than me.
Yeah.
So, because I looked more into like KLA doing the testing, quality control, right? And they're like, there's another company. It's like they control this industry, the diagnostics. Like they are the people that do this. So ASML, I don't really know. Did they get really hit by the tariffs? Probably, right?
That would be my guess.
Not so bad.
Yeah.
12. I mean, it's an amazing company, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
Respect the name.
I almost feel like you just pick one. If you want to buy like a semi-fab equipment company, there's only like 5 or 6 anyways. I just like pick one and stick with your horse. Can China really make EUVs on their own disrupt? I saw that there was potential for them that they want to do that. They'd like to make all their own homegrown stuff.
Mm.
I don't know. They'd probably like to do a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It is funny though how the world developed. Like the world developed where we design stuff, right? We design chips, and then the Europeans make the machines that make the chips, but then the Taiwanese actually build all the chips. It's just funny how this global network was shaped.
Oh yeah.
And it's not by accident. I mean, I'm sure that these were the places that were most efficient at doing each of these tasks, and then it just developed that way. It is interesting though. Yeah, I don't have any opinion on ASML. I kind of just pick KLA and then I just stuck to my horse. But I don't have much else. I don't know if I really will. I'm not really eyeballing. I don't have. Well, I wanted more carrier. I didn't get that. Was going to be after KLA. I was going to get more carrier. Missed that opportunity. That wasn't so big. It was at like 50, and then it shot up to 60 after the tariff news because they build in Mexico. So, which if they make a deal with Mexico, carrier will do pretty well. That's to see. I think Aeon, if it dips back to 70, I think I'll buy more Aeon. I still think their technology leadership in their space is pretty impressive.
I sniped a little bit of Aeon.
Yeah, they're gonna have struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Just transitioning the refrigerant combined with the uncertainty with tariffs. I talked to my brother. Like HVAC doesn't get built in China, but a lot of the inputs he was explaining to me, like the raw materials.
Mm-hmm.
So like most HVAC equipment is built in like Korea or Japan or the United States, but then, they need steel and aluminum and then the refrigerants and stuff like that. And that a lot of that stuff comes from elsewhere. So he said, like, give or take, it's changing every week. But last he heard the tariffs are going to cause an 18% increase in HVAC equipment prices. So, but then also they used to do like 30 or 60-day quotes on projects. He said they're only writing 1 week quotes right now. 1 week. That's so when they do a project. So I don't know if people know, but like my brother, like, so this company will, there's stuff that you can bid on. Like some companies are going to build a building and then they put out to bid the HVAC and they put out the details of what they need. And then he builds the system based on their requirements. That's kind of how HVAC works in commercial settings. So they bid out and then they see what happens. Now Aeon is like customizable more than like Carrier just sells like units, like mass produced. But Aeon is like semi-customizable, which you need that for like industrial settings, like hospital or data centers and hospitals potentially. Oh, I don't know. Or you could just go buy Tesla and tell me to fuck off. And you're right. Robots will do everything. So, but I would tell people, like, if you're going to buy a company in this crazy era, because I don't think we're out of the woods at all. There's nothing to be out of the woods about, but like you should have a company that has some sort of moat or defensible margin. Defensible margin doesn't mean they can maintain them necessarily, but like they could take a hit to their margins short term and then recover them. That's defensible margins too, I think. Caterpillar's like that. They'll take a short term hit because they know they'll recover their margins later because of their dominant position. And then good balance sheets. Management teams that have proven they can navigate tough situations, which everyone always says their management team's the best, but I don't know. But what are the true so what are the winners this year? So we got gold,
this year.
gold,
Yeah, so far gold.
fart coin.
Yeah, fart coin.
What are the other winners this year so far? Oh, last week I looked up what's the highest gaining stock in the S&P 500 as of last week. You'll never guess it.
McDonald's.
No, you wouldn't get it till I give you 499 guesses. You wouldn't get it. It's fucking CVS.
Like,
are you kidding me? I could not believe it, dude. Look at this. I don't even know how they're. Is it just because they got obliterated so badly last year? I think that's part of it. Just the stock got just obliterated last year. But look at the gains. Are you kidding me?
Any bit of positivity.
Yeah. So you got CVS, which I think just the timing. It was the stock was so cheap. Last year was terrible. So I don't know if this is necessarily them doing good things or just timing. So we got the other winners this year, Fart Coin.
Yep.
This is the true hedge against all the Trump stuff, apparently. 1 year. Oh, I can't do year to date.
Yeah.
Dude, like since the tariff stuff started, like look at it. It just goes up. Since April 1st. It's the ultimate hedge against tariffs. And then the gold bugs are having their best life ever.
Oh yeah.
Got the gold bugs crushing life, telling us we're all fools. What else? Is there anything else? What else has done good this year? Oh, that's right. Coke.
Yep.
Coke is at all-time highs. Wow, impressive. Which I had done. I had done some social arb trading. Well, I was thinking about it. There were these Ninja Shark came out with this ice cream making machine. And I saw the videos on Twitter and TikTok, and I noticed they always use Fairlife. There was like this Fairlife high protein milk. They always use that one. So I'm like, oh, so I look up, I'm like, where's Fairlife? So I find Fairlife's a Coke product. And I'm like, it's literally like everybody that makes this ice cream, and that creamy was selling really well for Ninja. So I'm like, man, maybe Coke is a social arb trade. You're playing off of, but then I'm like, yeah, but how much does that move the needle for Coke, right? It's a massive soda company. It has all these brands. I mean, I didn't look at if they break down Fairlife's revenue gains, but if Fairlife did huge gains like I thought it might, then maybe that's part of why this is doing so well. So, but Shark Ninja could be another one to look at too.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked at their price yet. Let me see. This is just getting my wheels turning now. I liked this company last year, and I missed out. On. No, I think when I looked at it, it was yeah. I remember it was under 100 when I first looked at it, and then it ran away from me. But wow, it's gotten punished.
Oh yeah.
I wonder. I'm assuming they make a lot of stuff in China. The
That'd
type
be
of
my
products that Ninjas are, it would make sense that they make them in China. So they're probably very affected by these tariffs. But I think they're at a great price point for like millennials. They're like I have like 4 Ninja products in my kitchen. And most people I know, they're higher, like mid to high end, higher-ish end. And they're very user friendly. I think they do a great job designing some of their kitchen products. So I don't know. Might be something to look at. If they really are affected by tariffs, I mean, then the play would be that they would recover because it's a quality company punished by tariffs. So if everyone gets punished, you look for the ones that that got punished and shouldn't have gotten punished. But I'm going on longer than one more, but I think though, I think in 3 years, from all the stocks buying during this tariff shit, I think Arista and Decker are going to be my best outcomes of this time frame. That's my prediction. So I think those are home run investments right now. So again, like dominant companies, Arista, great balance sheet, dominant position in their space, data center hardware. Decker still is projecting growth this year. They're not contracting like Nike. They're still talking double. Last I saw, they were guiding 15% growth.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still growing, even in these hard times, affected by tariffs. Already, stock's been cut in half. I think this is pretty damn good opportunity. So I guess the worry is like Uggs sales are down. But what's cool about Decker is it's not one company.
Oh no.
It's not like Crocs, right? If Crocs falls out of style, we're fucked.
Mhm.
Hey, dude ain't carrying that. But for here, you got Uggs and you got Hoka's. It's
Yep.
like 5 or 6 brands.
Mhm.
So and they've from what I looked at, their inventory didn't get blown out of hand ever. They haven't had inventory issues that I could see. But I think this is a hold. If you hold this for 3 years, I think you're going to do really well for people. But I mean, if you're scared about retail with tariffs, I mean, every company got obliterated. So you can pick which ones you think might come back. Ninja is like an upscale hobo's Vitamix. Yes. I remember, oh, dude, everybody was buying those a few years ago, the Vitamixes.
Mm.
They're like, I think they were like $500 to $700. And then Ninja came out with one and it was like, I think it was $120. I got it at BJ's Wholesale Club. So I still have it. If Gil's here, I'm close to not losing money as an investment. No Gil show up. I'm pretty happy. No, Decker is not Black & Decker. No.
It's a company that owns a fair amount of footwear brands.
Oh, good point too.
Yeah.
Who did well this year?
Mm-hmm.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tariffs? What tariffs on Netflix?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
China doesn't even allow us in, so we're good.
I mean, it's pretty obvious why.
Yeah.
This has been a rocket ship. Yeah, one of the most defensible tariffy companies in the world. I don't know. I mean, I guess tariffs could affect like productions if they make movies in certain parts of the world, maybe, but that doesn't affect their revenue streams.
No.
Spotify. Okay.
Yep.
I remember buying Spotify at $70, and then I sold it at like 110, and I was so happy. I was like, how are they? Because I kept thinking, I'm like, how are they going to scale? Because their music licensing gets more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can't reduce the cost. That's what I thought of their licensing. So even if they get more song plays, they're still paying out.
Yep.
So I guess it did scale though. So
and now that we're here, the question is, how do they scale from this scale?
I think too. I'm betting. I haven't looked at them, but I'm betting some of this gain is also reducing what they were paying out, because they tried to become this like crazy podcasting leader.
Yeah.
So they were paying. Do you remember? Like they were paying these massive contracts for podcasters to do exclusive streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they cut. Maybe this is a combination of a few different things, like cutting costs.
Yep.
Because they're not paying Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, or they're not nearly. He's not exclusive anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they learned a lot. It's like you really don't need exclusive people. Like just have stuff. Make it easy for people to make a playlist, right? And then once people establish their accounts, they don't want to move. Once they have all their stuff configured. Oh. Yeah, Shark Ninja's like shareholders of a Chinese third party. Oh, I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I haven't seriously looked at it, but I might look at it a bit. Kind of interesting. I can see why they're tanking. Yeah. I figured that's why the tariffs were going to crush a company like that. What's another company that probably got crushed by tariffs? I'm betting. I didn't even look yet.
Oh.
Yeti? Not
Yeah,
so bad.
yeah, but
I mean,
not
I'm
ideal.
pretty sure they build all the damn Yeti stuff in China. There's no way they build that stuff in the US. So, oof. Not as bad a hit as you would have thought, though.
Mhm. All things considered, it's
25%? I don't know.
yeah.
But if you're investing in this, you believe there's some sort of end point to this tariff stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know if there is an end point to it. Um, this could go on for another year or so or two. Maybe no one wants to make deals. Oh, I think that's it. I don't have much else.
Uh, Anything that you got in the kitchen cooking up for the viewers?
I don't have any more interviews. So I had Stan.
Mhm.
I
That was
told
good.
Stan he can come back on. Well, his name's Craig. I thought his
Mhm.
name was Stan, but it was just SCHD
SHD
Stan.
Stan.
It was
Yeah.
like his brand. So I was like, well, if I have something else related to him, his investing, maybe. So
Yeah, that was fun.
it's kind of boring to make fun of the yield maxers right now,
Mhm.
but I will try not to just be devoted to Trump tariff talk. It's really,
Agreed.
I find it really boring. It's just, I'm
Yeah.
sick and tired of it. But I'm still 50% ish. Not ish, 50 ish. I don't know. I'm slowly going back into the market. So don't say I'm a bear. I'm not a fucking bear. But I'm not going to jump back in because I didn't want to meet Kevin myself and screw up the bottom. I'm not saying this is the bottom or not.
Mhm.
Yep.
But hell, we said it. What was it? Tail end of last year, early part of this year. Be flexible.
I think a lot of people are going to, I think this is going to be a kangaroo year. It's just going to go up and down based
Mm.
on whatever Bassett or whoever says stuff and then Trump tweets. So people are going to start doing kangaroo market type trades. Like you're going to see people try TQQQ. They're going to try and time these ups and downs, I think. So have fun with that, people. I'm not interested. But all right. So enjoy the week. Hopefully, or you don't. Well, I'm excited for the draft. So
Yeah. No, I have hopes. Fingers crossed. My team actually holds up.
who's your team? It's
The
Bears.
Bears.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you guys not bad this year.
On paper, yeah, like definitely, like and, when it comes to glancing at some film, it's not all doom and gloom, but
Hmm.
pile up some wins. It's a big ask.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Mm.
We will see you later. Thank you.